Morning. Hi Trudy, you're first. Got some of your stamps on my desk. Morning. Hi Trudy, you're first. Some scraps of card. Prepared as ever. I'll do a big bit. Morning. Reasonable size bit. The border bit. All the scraps are useful. I'll have a big bit later on. I'm a bit behind this morning because I'm prepping for videos I've got to record for the shows I've got for Phil next Friday. So it all has to be done way in advance nowadays, which is a little bit stressful because I've got a Pentart one day special coming up as well on the 9th of May. So I don't know what's on that yet. Fun, fun, fun. Morning, Teresa. I gathered that, don't worry. You're early today. Right, so I thought that I wasn't going to do a Facebook Live until I had, I suppose, sneaky peeks to show you. But I did think I'd pop on and just, it's nice to touch base with everybody and see how everybody is and, you know, and just to say hi. So I thought we'd do some pattern building. As you can see, we've got the fashion victim on the top here. So I thought we might have a go at pattern building with her as well. But what we're going to do is start with the Under the Sea Ocean Extras from Trudy. And these are super stamps from the Under the Sea collection, obviously, and it was the only A5 set that was in that collection. Better move my drink else and knock it over. But it has some really cool worker stamps in there, and this one in particular is awesome, fantastic. That's my favourite stamp probably out of the entire collection because it's so versatile. So what you need to do is, if you're going to do any masking, then you need some masking sheets, and these are the Masket sheets from Woodwear that I'm using. I'm using them because I stock them, and if I run out, I'll just go and get some more. So that's cool. So you're going to be using that, and when you use it, you actually stamp on the dull side, not on the clear side, because let's get one out. It confused me to begin with because it doesn't really take a lot to confuse me. But if you look, there's just a little strip here. There's like a film, and that's like just a piece of very thin acetate. That's not what you stamp on. You stamp on this sort of almost like tissue paper side, and that's your mask. So you stamp what you want to mask, cut it out. Depending on what sort of work you want to do with it, you may or may not need to cut out the whole image. Hi Julie, what's the weather like in Spain? It's very sunny here. Very sunny. It must be time to do Christmas stuff if it's getting warmer. Oh, I hate making Christmas cards when it's hot. Right, now let me see where my masks are. Right, so I tend to keep them, as you can see, on here, on the carrier sheet, so I don't lose them. And I've got some spares in here as well, which is always good to have. In fact, we'll pull one of my spares out. So this is one I've cut out, as you can see. So that's ready to go if I need it. So this stamp is uber cool, and some of you I know especially Teresa, who follows my blog every day, would have seen me, this. But when we did the one day special on Hochanda, I wasn't allowed to pattern build necessarily, because they wanted me to do lots of other stuff. And it was never, oh, can I do some pattern building? Yeah, but just show them this, Julia. So I never got to do it. So I'm just looking for a nice VersaFine Claire. VersaFine Claire, incidentally, I'm out of stock of the Nocturne and some of the others, and I can't get any more at the moment. I did get, surprisingly, I did get a delivery of VersaFine Claire this week. I wasn't expecting it, but I did get some, so I'm back in stock of some colours, but not Nocturne. Right, let's find a little block. We'd go for the Rome block. So we do a border first of all. So I need my stamp. Where's my stamp? I use a little one or the big one. I think it's the little one I used. Yeah. That's my mask, isn't it? Yeah. It's not the one I want to use. I'm not going to use a mask right now. So pattern building can involve masks, or it can not involve masks. Whatever you want, really. This is Glamorous VersaFine Claire. Just for a change. You wouldn't normally get shells this colour, but we're going for it. So we can build a really nice border. Look at the detail on that stamp. It's just tremendous. Absolutely gorgeous. You've done a good job here, Trudy. Really good job. Heavy inking after again. So we can just have them, because it's a clear stamp, we can just have them kind of next to each other. Don't stress if they're not perfect. And that can start a border. But then you can also turn it round and do them kind of nose to nose. You can offset them. So we could have one kind of there. And here. Again, that's not, if you trim that down, you wouldn't notice how bad it is. I can't do it around the camera very well. So we can offset them, and we can have a border going down like that. But what you can also do is turn it round and have a different orientation, so that the flat side is near the edge of your card. I'm making such a mess of my block here. So you have them going this way, and it could be just a one row border, or you could then turn it round and have it going. You can have them just, we do them this way, do them butt up to each other, try and get this bit straight. So this is going to be an entirely different looking border to that one there. Let's see if that's straight. You can probably see better than I can. Can you see where we're going with this? So that's a couple of different borders that you can do with this stamp. You could, of course, do another different border. You see, as you look at it, you get different ideas going through. So we could have that one like that. Oh, I've overstamped that. And then we could have that one kissing that one. Isn't that nice? Kissing shells. I've hidden where I've overstamped. Then we could have another one going here like this. And then we can have that one then kissing that one there. So then that would be another different border completely again. So they're not mating, they're kissing. Don't be dirty, Teresa. So there's just a couple of ideas with that as a border. But of course, masking is a really cool thing to do with this stamp. So let's go for a different colour VersaFine Claire. Let's go for Paradise. Go for a blue one. Okay, so for a circular pattern, or you could cut it out with a square die, one of Phil's rounded corner dies. So we could start with the shell there, and then I've already made a mess in my block. Then if you have it so that, we'll have to go over this, about there, like that. That could be a really nice pattern that you go in with there. But then if you turn it, and always turn your work, we're going to have one so it's pointing in the centre there, like that. Oh, I didn't quite stamp that properly. But this is just an idea really, rather than perfection. And then we can go in there like that. So we're already getting a Catherine wheel going on there. But then you can either continue with the same colour, or we'll grab another colour. This is Warm Breeze. And this is where you start masking. Now, it's probably not a good idea to use VersaFine Clair for this. And I did actually get an archival out, but I completely forgot that I was going to use an archival. So this might smudge. Have I got you used the wrong one? That's the big one. Where's the little one gone? There it is. So I talked to myself. I think I did it with the big one. I've got a big mask there. This is a little mask. You don't need the carrier bits. So then we're going to put that over there. And where's that other mask that I had? Shout if you can see my packaging. There it is. Right, so I've just got to quickly cut this one out because I did the wrong one. Won't take long. Thank goodness it's not a complicated design. Now, you can, when you're stamping on your masks, you don't have to ink up in between each stamping, because as you can see, this is a much lighter impression than the other one, but this is like second generation. So you know, you just need the shape more than anything. Right, then you want to put another mask down on the adjacent one, and then we're going to stamp in the middle, and we're going to go with the Warm Breeze, which is another balloon, and then stamp again into the centre, and then take off one of the masks, and then pop it on the next one. I do find pattern building quite therapeutic, and I find it a challenge as well, because to make them work, because not everything you think might work works, and some things you think, you can never make a pattern out of that, then you can do. It's a little bit more seamless if you use the same colour, but I thought if we use different colours, then you might be able to see it a little bit better on the screen. So, of course, then it does show up where you've not actually done it brilliantly. If you don't match up very well in the centre, don't worry about that, because there's other shells and bits and pieces in the set. Or of course there's a pearl, you could put a pearl in the centre as well, so you can hide any mistakes. Just be very careful if you're using VersaFine Clair that you don't smudge things as you take them off. I did try this with post-it notes, but post-it notes, I found the ink bled through it by the time I'd got all the way around, especially when I was doing one with the frogs, because you can do a cool pattern with the frogs as well. So there's my pattern. Ignore the fact that that's not stamped very well, with the shells, and that looks entirely different to the one that I put on the Facebook event. Is all done in the Nocturne VersaFine Clair, so it's all done in one colour, so it kind of blends a little bit better when it's only in one colour, but hopefully you can see how you've got the different pattern going on there. So that's just with one stamp from that set. Then of course you can do exactly the same thing with the conch. See that one I've got? No, it's the smaller one I've got. Where's the small conch? Is it in this set? It's probably in another set, isn't it? Or is that one? Excuse me while I just talk to myself all the time. No, it's not that one. I think it's in the Mermaid, actually. I thought perhaps you could, if you've got patience, you could do one a pattern with the seahorse. You just got to be quite careful around the tail, but you could have him splaying out from the tail. You can do it with the dolphins. You can do all sorts of things with these stamps. It's a case of looking at your stamps. There's something different. Oh, I can't find my conch at the moment. So, but you'll probably get the idea with that. There's a big one here. Did I cut the other one out? I did. I'm sure I did. Oh, there's one. That's a small one now. Talk amongst yourselves. That's the wrong size. I think it's on the mermaid, but I can't put my hands on the mermaid. But you get the drift with that one. So we move on to another set. And, oh no, I've got another one, look. I haven't done one with these before. This is actually from the same set. The little, I think they're angelfish. In fact, I think it's a big one. Let me just figure out which size I used. That's that one. Yeah, that one. That's the bigger of the angelfish. So I thought we'd see if we could do a pattern with these. I don't know if you can, but I think you should be able to put your noses together. But we'll see. It's all discovery, isn't it? I'm quite happy to try things live on Facebook as well as live on TV. So let's make sure we'll start on this side, make sure we've got enough space to do it. Again, I'm using Warm Breeze. So turning my work. And then we'll point, obviously he's got to go upside down. And we'll get his nose. Oh, I don't think I put that down right. It missed a bit. That's all right, because we can put a shell or a pearl or something over his nose. I went down too soon. So then this one's going to go here. In the middle. And then turn your work again. At this point you think, oh, that's not going to work. But have faith, it'll be all right. Now you could at this point change it to a different see that they look like they're touching now. You could change it to a different fish if you wanted to, but I think we'll just stick with this one because I've got the mask all done already. And I'm going to stick with the same colour as well of ink. If I can actually get this mask apart. It's not sticky. This isn't sticky. So you don't, once you've taken it off, you might as well throw it away because it you know, it's no use whatsoever. So now we're going to, the main thing is to get the front bit. Don't worry about the back bit. You don't even need to cut the back bit out because you're only going to put an image just there. So we pop that one there, and then you want one on the adjacent one as well. Hi, Grace. It's not clever. It's just trying to think of something different to show you guys, really. Like I say, I'm prepping for the shows I'm doing for Phil next week, and I'm struggling to think of something different to show you. But it's all very pretty and all very marvellous, as you'd expect. Right, so this one's going to go in the centre here. Try and get his nose in the right place. It's always a good idea to have the nose at the front, in the middle of the front of your face, really, isn't it? And then we take one off. I think it's cool. This makes me happy. Really happy. Don't know about you guys, but it makes me really happy. Alright, okay, so let's put that one in there. Just take just a second or two before you go down and make sure that it's where you want it to be. I think I might have smudged that one a little bit. Moved it. And then this one. Obviously the bigger the stamp, the less you have to fill in. Sometimes, when I did the dolphin one, I'm sorry I can't show you the samples because Phil's got them all. when I did the dolphin one. In fact, what I might do is after we finish, I'll pop some pictures up just in an album called Pattern Building, so you can have a look at some of them. Yeah, so when I did the dolphins, I had to put 2 or 3 in between the gaps, and they're not 100%, but it looks more like a kaleidoscope. Look at the pattern we're getting here in the centre. It's like a petal of a flower. Now, who'd have thought that fish noses, oh, I've dropped my mask, fish noses would have made a petal? But they have. Oh, look at all the dust on this now. Honestly, cat fur, goodness knows what. It's not a good idea to drop anything sticky on the floor in my craft room, ever. I do hoover occasionally, just not very well. Right, this last one. Now, I've done this on Bockingford cards. If I wanted to colour it in, and I probably would, just to show the definition of the fish a bit more, then I can watercolour fine on this. Let's see if the last one's going to go fine. There we go. And of course, I'll keep my masks just in case I want to do it again. And there we go. Not 100% symmetrical because the fish is a bit of a fat-bellied fish, but it's different, isn't it? Jean, it's the woodware masket sheets. It's these ones, available on my website. They're dirt cheap. You get 2 sheets, as it says, in an A4 pack. And you just keep every little scrap, because like when I did the shells, you only needed a tiny little bit for that. So that's that one. Learning new patterns all along. Every time I get some new stamps from Trudy, well, from Phil, designed by Trudy, obviously. I have a look to see if there's any patterns I can make out of them. Like I say, here in this set, the frog, he makes a great pattern, nose to nose. In fact, I've got that one. Just hang on a sec, I'll go and get it. It's never in the first box I go to, is it? So this is my demo version. Using the frog, I put in bottom to bottom, so opposites, and then filled in, and then I've had space to fill in another one with a lighter green around the edge, and also to hide any of my kind of mistakes in the middle. Then I've just used the little frog that's looking out of the water. So yeah, who'd have thought that a frog was a pattern? Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. I always look forward to seeing your new stamps. What I haven't done actually is done any patterns with this set. So we've done a few patterns already. How are we doing for time? 24. That's not too bad. I've got to go and get my shopping in a minute. I've got to click and collect at 12. Right. I've got some. This is a Hummingbird set from the same collection as the dragonflies. And I've got a few little masks here. So I wondered, in fact, when you do your mask, sometimes it kind of gives you a clue as to what patterns you might be able to make. Because I wondered if I could do like the hummingbirds pointing at each other and then do another one in the middle. But then there's not really enough space for them there. So what we could do is do them again tail to tail, and we could get another one in there and then see what we can fill in the gaps. So we'll do that and see how we get on. Let's get another colour reverse fine, Claire. Let's go for this lovely yellow one. This is Golden Meadow. Don't think I've got this one in stock. I think it's Cheerful I've got in stock. but I don't actually have all of them yet myself. Right, let's have a look. This is a great set. Love this set. This big image here is just, it just makes a card for you. You don't even need to use anything else, you just use those. So, shout out if you're bored and I'll stop. But I'm very happy at the moment doing this. Wing truck, yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe. I've got, yeah. There is a really cool one that I've got in my head with the fashionista, but we'll get to that one in a minute. We'll leave the most difficult one till last. Right, so I said butt to butt, didn't I? So let's do up there. You can do, there's quite a few indigo blue stamps that you can do pattern building with as well, but they're rubber, so they're a little bit more of a challenge, but it is possible to do it. So let's just, sorry if I'm not the camera. Butt to butt. I mean, that would make a fantastic long border, actually. So if you could do beak to beak here and then another butt to butt and make a really long border, and that'd be quite nice. So you see these things as you start to stamp. You might have one idea in your head, but then another one will crop up. So let's just pop this one in here. The wings are going to overlap a little bit. Right, in that case, let's get our masks on. If I can get the back off. This is the one challenge. Here we go. Once it's off, you're good. Right, so it's my wings I'm concerned about. Okay, I didn't particularly cut that very well. I haven't even put it on very well either. Let's have another go. Again, it's first fine clear, so you don't want to smudge it. Ah! Okay. And we'll put this one on as well. Of course, the problem with using post-it notes as well is that you've only got that one area near the tip that is sticky. So that's a bit of a pain. I did use them because I thought, oh, that'd be cheaper, but it's, you know, it's like that buy cheap, buy twice kind of thing, isn't it? Right, we all do it. Right, let's just make sure I've got enough ink on that. Stick. It's having trouble sticking because of the fact that the ink's wet. That's going to go in there. That's going to go there. And in fact, we might just leave it as this and not have anything in between on this. You could go wing to wing as well. That's another way you could do it. Let's put that down there. And in there. So if we fetch these off now, then we've got quite a cool pattern there with those. Oh, is there? Yeah, but you know, getting anything from the States is a little bit of a pain at the moment, isn't it? I've got, if you're waiting for Tutty Designs dies from me, I've got a delivery coming tomorrow. It's taken a month to get to me this time, but I still haven't got the cat and I still haven't got the squirrel. They haven't come in yet, and the other ones that we're waiting for from February will be probably another 2 or 3 weeks before they arrive. They've been ordered, but they're not here yet. So that's what I wanted to show you on that one. Obviously there's a lot more you can do with that one. just want to give, because some of you I know will have some of these stamp sets, so if you've got some of these stamp sets then you'll know. There's lots of cool patterns that you can do with this one as well. Pointy pretties. So we just have a little paper of pointy pretties. And then I want to do my fashionista one. Oh, I'll put that away. I'll do that in a minute. On there. Mustn't lose that one. So this is from Trudy's second release of flowers. And I really like this one. This is really cool, this one. Let's go for different colours of Earth's Fine Claire. Let's mix it up a little bit. This is Summertime. Just the one. This is the easiest one to cut out because it doesn't have all the kind of curly whirly bits. So for this one we can just stamp them point to point. Dirty bits on there already. Isn't this a bright colour? And again, point to point. This is quite nice to colour in. I add a little bit of colour to it as well along that central bit. Have I got a big enough piece of card? That's the question. Just. And then around here like this. Again. Oh, nose to nose. We're saying that the flowers have got noses now. So you could fill in with a different thing in the centre here. So in fact, shall we? No, we're going to go point to point. That's what we're going to do. This is actually a post-it, so whether this will last the full circle or not, I don't know. That's going to go on there. See, it's the same technique throughout. I quite like circles. Circles are cool. In there. Oh, rocking. See, we all rock. We all make mistakes. It's a case of just hiding it, really. Either that or going in the bin. In there. You can see why they don't want me to necessarily do this in the studio, because it is a little bit time consuming, but I just think it's just fun to do, and it's nice to, it's something different to do rather than just showing you how to make a card all the time. So I think when we go in next, especially if Trudy says some of the Christmas ones you can pattern build with, then I'll just say, oh no, I'm going to do that, and see what they say. If I'd have thought about doing some pattern building with Fashionista, I would have done a video of it, but I've only just thought about it. Last one. Yay! In the centre. It's not 100% perfect, but it doesn't have to be. So there's that stamp becoming that pattern, which is really cool, isn't it? Yeah, you should look your stamps. You should look at your stamps in a different way, because if you can look at them in a different way, then you're getting more value for money, aren't you? And also it's getting those juices in your brain going, which you know is a good thing, and especially if you're not able to go to work because of what's going on at the moment. But yeah. Right, so that's the dolphin set, and I will it would take too long to show you the dolphin pattern that I did, but like I say, I will put an album together for you that's just got a bit of pattern building on, and I will take photographs of what we've done here, so you can refer back to that easily as well. So that's that one. I'm sure we can do some with the bees as well, but we're not going to today because I haven't got any masks. But what I want to do is I want to do this one. I want to show this one because I'm not sure how this is going to work, and this is what I want a big piece of card for, because I don't know how big I need it. So this is me winging it. Most of the time it's winging it, but Fashion Victim, one of these, I think each time Trudy brings a new collection out, obviously people are getting to know who she is, and that they're loving her style as well. And so each time she's bringing something out, they're becoming more and more popular. And certainly from far as my website's concerned, this is the most popular collection so far, especially with the boys, the Trendsetter and the Man About Town being the biggest sellers for me. But the girlies, this one and the Boho Chic are the most popular. But this one, it probably is the only one that kind of said pattern building to me. Although Sharp Dressed Man, you might be able to do something with him, and also the Man About Town. Yeah, anyway, but we're doing it with this anyway. So I've already stamped her twice onto the masket sheet. So I've got 2 masks, and I'm only needing to do probably to her sleeves, because obviously if we did a pattern with all of her, you're going to need a 12 by 12 piece of card, and that's just ginormous. We're not doing that. So what we're going to do is just I'll put her on a big block. Let's see if I've got a big block. I must have a big block somewhere. Big block. That's a big block. That's a very big block. Is that too big for my hands? I don't know what to do. Right, okay. Let's go for, I was going to go archival, but I'm not. Let's go Morning Mist. Oh, I've got this one back in stock. Purple Delight, that's back in stock. Morning Mist, I think I've only got 2 of these left. So what we're going to do is try and pattern build with her. And I'm going to use, have I got a post-it? I did have a post-it. Flip. I did. Yes, here it is. Oh, my desk is getting worse. I did have a tidy up because I did put some pre-love stuff on my website. And I did do, incidentally, I did put some Just Right stamps on last night. So just in case you want to know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ink her up, and then I'm going to put my post-it note over the bits I don't want to stamp. And then I'm going to stamp and then take it off to ink again. That's the way I'm going to do this. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. But we'll just see. So Morning Mist is a grey in the Versafine Claire. The Versafine Clairs are juicier than your archivals. But because of that, they take longer to dry. It's all kind of swings and roundabouts, really. So we're going to pop, where's the sticky bit? There's the sticky bit. We're going to pop that sort of over a sleeve area there. It doesn't have to be 100% all the way around, and it don't want to stick. Right, let's see how we get on. So I'm going to go for the middle. There she is. Beautiful. And then remember to take that off when we ink again. And we're going to do her just like we would do with the other images. We're going to do her kind of bun to bun, because she's got a Phil Martin man bun on her head. I so want to see Phil's man bun. I really do. That would be so funny. Mind you, we're all going to end up with horrendous hairs, aren't we? Mine needs cutting as well. Right, so we'll turn around. Always turn you around because I'm right-handed. And so I really think that we should be able to just nestle a bun in there and do her head-to-head like that. There she is. Slightly on the wonk, of course, everything is that I ever do. And now we're going to put one up there and one down there. She's so cool. I don't want to do what I've got to do with Phil. I want to finish her off after this, but I can't. this is the trouble with playing. You think, oh, I could do that, oh, I could do that, and kind of 4 or 5 hours later it's, oh, I've not done any work today, and oh, I've not been to the post office, etc, etc. Right, so let me stand up so I can see. So I think we just pop her in to touch just there. This is why you need a big piece of card for this. I mean, it will take, if it would be a whole fronted card, or it could be a journal page. Okay. And then we're going to do one down here. Sorry, this is very time consuming, but sometimes it's good to see it in the real time rather than, you know, just, oh, this is what I did and I carried on doing that. Because you can, as I make mistakes, you can learn from them if there are any. So then we're going to pop that back on there. This post-it note's doing all right considering it's on wet ink. Probably famous last words. Right, so that's going to go just in there. Like that. Now I did consider now at this point perhaps putting in, where's my stamp set, what have I done with it? In the gaps, putting that in. In fact, should we do that? I think we might do that. I mean, I could go in, look, let me show you what the options are. We could go in and we could pop her in again there. Now you tell me what you want me to do. Do you want me to put sentiments in the gap? Why is there an angry face? Do you want me to put sentiments in the gap, or do you want me to put fashion victim in the gap? Tell me now, I'll decide on my own. I know there's a lag, so it's that, like that, which just fit, it will look cool. Or do we put that in the gap, which will also look cool? Sentiments, either. Trudy, that's rubbish. That's crap advice, that is. Half and half won't look right, Teresa. Sentiments. Come on, tell me. I haven't got all day. Fashion victim. You're no help, are you? Come on. Whoever says the next comment that I see, and I'll go with it. Judy's the last one at the moment. One more. Come on. Tell me. Right. I'm going with fashion victim because nobody else has said anything. Let's go for fashion victim. Right. Half and half. Half and half. No, that won't work. That won't work. I tell you what. You buy the stamp set off me and you do half and half. There you go. How would that be? Right, so we're putting the mask on. And another one. She's going to look cool. So cool. Oh, peeling it off. Come on. There we go. Need the patience of a saint peeling the backs off. It's worse than foam tape. Right, so these are my adjacent ones. So this is the time when you know you spent all that time doing all your stamping and then you forget that you've got to cover up the bottom of it before you stamp. So I expect you to shout out to me, cover up her bottom. You lot are so funny. Oh dear, this is what I miss. I miss a bit of interaction, you know, when we do these VTs for the studio. There's no interaction. I have to do all my own jokes and stuff. Right, so I could drop her down just a little bit, actually, because of that mask there. Let's just drop her down just a fraction. And lift her up. She's just tremendous. I think this is really cool. I'm happy this is working out. You must try it with your stamps at home. In fact, you know, just comment on my, you know, send me pictures and of any pattern building that you do, because that'd be great to see. Because you guys are probably inspire me as well, because we all see different things in our stamps, and where I'll see a pattern you won't, and vice versa. So she's going to go in here. I mean, you could even kind of colour in them slightly differently. So the first set of images could be coloured in one kind of colourway, and the second layer, this layer here, could be coloured in a different way. And that would be quite nice to see. So you can also see where I've not lined it up perfectly. So there's a bigger gap here, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? And it's a good way to spend an hour, really. Chatting, joking, and pattern building. Who'd have thought that these stamps would make a pattern, Trudy? I think it's tremendous. I'm very happy. Right, so she's going to drop her down just a fraction. Just so her hair's not all on top of one another. It could be, if you wanted it to be. She doesn't, because it's not coloured in, it doesn't actually look more like a lady so much now. But if she was coloured in, she would do. When am I ever going to get the time to colour this in? Gosh, I don't know, June maybe. Because it's not just shows, there's website, there's blinking accounts, which takes days. All the joys of being self-employed. Right, last one, and we're done. So, and this post-it note's lasted all the way around. Quite impressed. There she is. I'll peel those off because I'll be able to use those again. She's you've got to really look at it to see it now, haven't you? Hoover what? Trudy. There is a lot of bodies, isn't there? What do you mean, Hoover? If we coloured her in, it would look fine. Basically, it does work. But yes, probably to you know, just in the grey and white, probably seeing the sentiments in the middle would have been easier on the eye. But the fact is that you can actually build the pattern and it doesn't actually look like a person anymore, does it? You're late to the party, Virginia. So, guys, I want you to go away. I meant to say, I love how the buns... Yeah, the buns make a pattern, don't they, in the middle? I like her earrings all the way around the edge. That's a person in there. That's cool, isn't it? Right, so I want you to go away. I want you to play with your stamps, and I want you to build patterns in a different way. I'll take some pictures and put them into an album for you guys. Obviously, they're not going to be coloured in because there's no way I'm going to have time to do any colouring for a little while. I will be doing another Phil will be doing a Facebook Live tomorrow at 11 on his Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. You're too late, Trace. You're going to have to watch it on catch up. So Phil's doing a Facebook Live tomorrow at 11. He did threat last week to give you guys a sneaky peek of what I'm doing next week. Whether he's remembered that or not, I don't know. I think that's my favourite. and then I'll be back next Thursday. I'll do a Facebook Live next Thursday and at 11 again, and I'll show you a sneak peek of the shows that I've got on Friday. So I think that the shows on Friday are, oh, I can't remember. I think it's something like 7 p.m. on Friday, and then in the morning, I'll put it on my blog anyway, but I'll let you know next week what the times are. So I'll show you a sneaky peek. I won't be able to show you my samples because I'll have to send them off to the studios. But I might have some samples I can show you. I'm not sure, but either way, we'll make something during that hour, using the new stamps and paper pads that we've got on the show. They're like a totem pole. Yes, not a forum pole, but they're like a totem pole. They are, yes, absolutely. Don't you just love predictive text? Anyway, guys, stay safe, stay at home, enjoy your crafting and your pattern building, and I will see you next week. Bye!